storylines are just endless in the Elite Eight matchup between South Carolina and Oregon State. It's the fourth matchup in the last decade between the Beavers and the Gamecocks in the NCAA tournament. South Carolina has won all three of them. The Battle of the Bigs is going to be a fun one. 6'7" senior Camila Cardoso versus 6'4" sophomore Reagan Beers down low. South Carolina is a perfect 35-0 on the season. They are looking to become just the 10th team ever in women's NCAA history to finish the season unbeaten. And in our coverage sponsored by Lander Kings Custom Woodworkings, Brett Taylor has the story on a familiar face going up against the Beavers.
When Tahina Paopao transferred to South Carolina this season, she thought she could escape facing the Pac-12 and the Oregon State Beavers. That was her first mistake, as the former Oregon Duck will face the Beavers for the sixth time in her career on Sunday in the Elite Eight. In 5 games playing against the Beavers, Paopao has averaged nearly 17 points a game and has been a threat on both sides of the court. And while Oregon State is already making preparations to take on the star point guard, Paopao said on Saturday she's doing the same for her team in South Carolina.
I mean, she's a really good player. She's a great shooter. She's been having a great season for South Carolina. So it'll definitely be fun to, mess with her again, just in a different uniform.
Yeah, I thought I escaped Oregon State coming to South Carolina, but it's going to be so much fun. I have a really good relationship with Scott. His team is, very well known in the Pac-12, but I'm very well known with them. I told the team that they're a half-court team. They run the clock till 10 seconds within, and they're just a really half-court, very methodical. They run their plays really well, and I just told them that it's going to be a half-court game.
The Elite Eight tips off right here at MVP Arena at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. back on the West Coast. We'll have live coverage after the conclusion of this one on Sunday on KZI 9 News at 5 and 6 o'clock. Reporting inside of MVP Arena in our coverage sponsored by Lander Kings Custom Woodworking, Brett Taylor, KZI 9 Sports.
All right, so let's set the scene one more time for you. It's Albany, New York. It's the 3-seed Oregon State versus the 1-seed South Carolina. Oregon State has not been to the Final Four since 2016. If they end South Carolina's perfect season, they punch its ticket to Cleveland for the Final Four. Like Brett just mentioned, it's a 10 a.m. tip-off here in Oregon, 1 p.m. in Albany. South Carolina, at last check, Albert, is a 15.5-point favorite at the moment.